Christopher Columbus, an Italian explorer and navigator, is best known for his voyages across the Atlantic Ocean that led to the European discovery of the Americas. His life, marked by adventure, ambition, and controversy, profoundly shaped the course of world history. Christopher Columbus was born in 1451 in Genoa, a bustling port city in what is now Italy. Growing up in a maritime environment, Columbus developed an early interest in navigation and the sea. His family was part of the middle class, and though they were not wealthy, they supported Columbus's education. As a young man, Columbus worked as a wool weaver alongside his father, but soon pursued his passion for the sea, working on merchant ships and gaining valuable experience in navigation. In the late 15th century, European nations were eager to find new trade routes to Asia. Columbus was captivated by the idea of reaching Asia by sailing westward across the Atlantic, a route that was largely unexplored. Despite common misconceptions of the time, educated Europeans knew the Earth was round, but the size of the Earth and the distance to Asia were vastly underestimated. Columbus believed he could reach the East Indies faster by this westward route, bypassing the lengthy and dangerous overland routes used at the time. Columbus sought financial backing for his expedition from various European monarchs, including those of Portugal, France, and England. After numerous rejections, he finally received support from King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain. In 1492, they agreed to fund his voyage, hoping to expand Spain's influence and wealth. On August 3, 1492, Columbus set sail from Palos de la Frontera with 3 ships, the Santa Maria, the Pinta, and the Nina. After a perilous journey across the uncharted Atlantic, Columbus and his crew landed in the Bahamas on October 12, 1492. Believing he had reached the East Indies, Columbus called the indigenous people he encountered Indians. Over the course of 4 voyages between 1492 and 1504, Columbus explored various Caribbean islands, including Cuba and Hispaniola, as well as parts of Central and South America. While he never reached Asia, his voyages opened the door for extensive exploration and colonization of the Americas by Europeans. Columbus's voyages are often credited with initiating the Age of Exploration, a period that transformed global trade, culture, and politics. However, his legacy is complex and controversial. While he is celebrated for his role in opening up the New World to European powers, his expeditions also marked the beginning of centuries of exploitation, colonization, and the transatlantic slave trade. Columbus's treatment of indigenous populations has been widely criticized. He and his men enslaved many of the native people they encountered, forced them to convert to Christianity, and subjected them to brutal conditions. These actions led to significant suffering and the decimation of indigenous cultures and populations. Columbus's later years were marked by disappointment and disillusionment. Despite his achievements, he struggled to maintain his authority and wealth. He faced numerous challenges, including legal disputes over the profits from his discoveries and the loss of favor with the Spanish court. Columbus died on May 20, 1506, in Valladolid, Spain, largely unrecognized for the full impact of his voyages. Christopher Columbus remains a towering figure in world history, his life embodying both the spirit of exploration and the darker consequences of European expansion. While his voyages were pivotal in connecting the Old and New Worlds, they also ushered in an era of profound and often devastating change for the indigenous peoples of the Americas. Columbus's life and legacy continue to be the subject of debate, reflecting the complex and enduring impact of his contributions to history.